Hello, everybody. This is Bunker Dunker coming at you loud and proud from the interwebs that we're all plugged into. Today, we're out in the green fields, the green miles of Tiberium, with Tiberium Wars CNC 3, the game that the vast majority of the Command & Conquer fan base probably remembers. Or it's the touchstone between the different generations of CNC gamers. I came into CNC back with Red Alert and eventually Firestorm. And, I guess you could say Tib 2. I mean, Tib. Most people talk about Firestorm at this point just because of the craziness that was Firestorm and how that all went down. But I've played both of them. That's my touchstone. I feel that most people came into the series or knew about CNC was when this game came to the 360 and the PC. It was a big deal back then. I mean, the successor to this game, Kane's Wrath, was even a bigger deal. But this was, I think, the big bridge that everybody got on and decided to shake hands over. So, without further ado, I'm going to take and start with GDI and then move to the fan favorite of the Nod campaign. GDI is the quintessential faction I think most people played first over Nod. But, hey, I was always a Nod fan, so I won't make that... I started as a Nod fan, and then I became more of a GDI fan over time. Just because playing throughout the whole... from the first all the way to here. Well, let's start it.
Philadelphia uplink successful. Welcome back, Commander. Today's threat level is low. The state of the planet is deteriorating. Tiberium infestation has reached critical levels. Red zones have suffered the worst contamination and cannot support human life. Yellow zones are dangerously contaminated, but contain most of the world's population. Decades of war and civil unrest have left these regions in a state of social collapse. The Brotherhood of Nod operates virtually unchallenged in these zones. They take advantage of the chaos to recruit members and disguise their military infrastructure. Nod's leader is a charismatic figure we know only as Kane. Kane is determined to accelerate the spread of Tiberium, believing it is the catalyst for the next stage of human evolution. However, in recent years, the Brotherhood has been suspiciously quiet, with little terrorist activity. The remainder of the Earth's surface is unscarred by Tiberium outbreak. These blue zones are considered the last refuge and hope of the civilized world, and are under the protection of the Global Defense Initiative. You have been assigned command of the GDI forces stationed on the eastern seaboard of the United States. Good luck, Commander.
And that's a beautiful introduction. Let me tell you, beautiful.
Commander, General Jack Granger, good to have you on board. These are interesting times. I don't know if you know it, but INOPS has downgraded Nod's threat level to low. With Kane apparently dead, Nod's been fractured by internal power struggles. Recruitment's down 25%, and they've abandoned 4 bases in the last year. The prediction is another decade of peace. I say it's the calm before the storm. 28 years of fighting out, there's one thing I can say with absolute certainty. As long as there's Tiberium on Earth, Nod is a serious threat. If our intel says otherwise, it's because Nod wants us to take them off our radar. So I want you to go to North Carolina. Zone security stopped what looked like a produce delivery truck yesterday, but it turned out to be a Nod vehicle. Before it could be searched, the driver blew it up, himself along with it. I want you to take some troops down there, see what you can turn up. Hopefully I'm wrong and this is just a false alarm. But if I'm right, be prepared for the worst. This is Lieutenant Sandra Telfair. She's from INOPS. She'll give you all the details of the mission. Lieutenant?
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Commander. Glad to be of service. Here's what we know so far. After the delivery truck incident, we turned Sky Sentry onto the area. And bingo, we located a high-output Subterra energy grid in the middle of nowhere. Obviously, Nod's up to no good. Your ace in the hole is an old base we have there. Bring it back online and you can recon the entire area. My advice is to engage the enemy only if necessary. No telling what those maniacs are hiding down there. Good luck, Commander. I'm here if you need me.
And see, the introduction of women as the primary go-to, your secretaries, or the in-between between you and the higher-ups, I had to say was... I've had a mixed feeling, because Riddler 2 did it, and that was with both of... I think both of them were women, if I remember correctly. If you were the Soviet side, yeah, they were both women. They both had different angles. In the second one, if you were on the Soviet side, you got to go on a date with them, with your advisor or secretary, which I don't know what their official status is. I just consider them a secretary or the go-between. And then in the Allied campaign, I don't think you got anything until the expansion with Yuri's Revenge. And I think you got like a pina colada situation. Still, regardless of the reason why they added these ladies as the liaison between the uppers and the lowers, I think they did a great job here with it, and they did a great job in the second Red Alert game. The third Red Alert game, you can tell things went off the rail real bad. But enough of this, let's go forward.
Greetings, Commander. This is GDI
Oh, Jesus.
Battle Command.
I
Here to
forgot
get you up
about
to speed
this.
on some of the ground operations for this mission.
Establishing video.
Commander, we need you to locate the old GDI outpost and investigate rumors of a Nod presence in the area.
Oh, no shit. Well, who the hell is she?
Incoming transmission. This
You know, why couldn't you get the Asian gal to sit
go
here and
to
advise me?
strategic
That'd be
value
nice.
Once you arrive at the outpost.
Yes, I know.
Normal patrol duty. Ready for orders, Commander.
This
way, Rifle Squad.
All right.
Unit under attack.
Enemy in
Establishing
range.
video update.
Looks like Nod is here after all. Eradicate the Nod forces occupying our outpost. Once those forces are evicted, we'll restore the outpost remotely, granting you access.
Well, thank God.
Data updated.
Yeah, we get intelligence. I like the intelligence data
Tiberium is the only
and whatnot.
resource you
Because this kind of stuff, this is the kind of stuff, if you're a fan of the series or a fan of any series, you love this kind of crap. It's that lore. You know, before lore channels became big on YouTube and you had a plethora of people just squirming in to talk, you only had like what the game would give you and what the manual would give you back in the day. And then sometimes if the game was really popular, or the magazines of the time found, like one of the writers or one of the founders said, hey, I like this guy, let's do an interview, let's talk about it. Unless you got those, you heard nothing. And you could only barely speculate with a couple people. Oh, but I digress. It's a great addition, and I'm happy they did this. I really wish they did this with the third game, and I really wish they did this more. Like, they did this somewhat with the remaster, where they had that little scrapbook of small things to throw in there. But, my God, you don't have that in-universe explanation for stuff. Whew.
need to collect. Once you've built a refinery, your harvester will automatically seek it out.
Yeah.
Once the harvester is full or the field is depleted, the harvester will return and begin refining the Tiberium.
See, this is what happened to video games over time. We went from games like StarCraft and Warcraft, where the first level, the first few levels, in fact, were basic training, and then you actually started creating story with it, where the basic training, quote-unquote, was melded into the story. But predominantly, it doesn't feel like each mission is a training mission. I think they don't do that in this game.
Establishing video
I will
update.
probably change my mind later.
Commander,
We'll see.
you will need a bigger force to stop Nod. Select your construction yard or the structure tab on the command bar, then click the barracks icon.
Oh, thank God. Whoever the hell you are,
Incoming transmission.
lovely lady.
Engaging more
I don't know who you are. I wish I did.
Construction complete.
Let's see it.
Intelligence data updated. New
Alright, give us some
construction
more
options.
Marines. And I hate the fact that they use the
Rifles,
function
barracks, or
keys.
other production
I don't know if you
structure.
can fix that
queue
or
up
not.
Multiple units. Multiple structures of the same type allow for additional build queues.
Rifle squad ready.
Intelligence data
Rifle
updated.
squad.
Yeah, this game was always...
Rifle squad ready.
Objective complete.
Rendezvous point confirmed. Rifle squad ready.
Rifle squad ready.
Reporting in. Rifle squad ready.
Enemy units.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, step away from that, they blow that up. Alright, let's talk about how we build this.
Commander, your base is low on power.
No, really?
For additional power, build a power plant from your production tab.
Who the guest?
Incoming transmission. To restore your base
Yes.
to full
See,
power.
this is the stuff that
In the
you know, people
meantime,
want to sit here and talk
remove
about
buildings
babies
from the power
first.
grid to free up more power. This will allow
That's
the
what
rest of
everybody
your base
talks
to
about.
continue
It's like this is
functioning.
baby's
To do
first
this, click
RTS.
on the lightning bolt
It's a
button at the
good
top of your
good
command
taste
bar, then
for it,
click
but
on
let me tell
structure.
you,
Only structures that require
just
power can
hate
be
it.
turned off. You
You
may
know?
need to turn off more than one structure in order to
I'm
meet your
glad
power
that
requirements.
later on we don't have to deal with
Well
this
done.
as
The green
Nod.
power bar located on the
Like if
left
you
side
played
of the minimap
Nod first, you
indicates
don't
that your
have
base
this,
now
but
has
if
enough
you
power.
do play Nod first and
Incoming
over
transmission.
GDI, it tends to
Prepare
be
the command
like,
post
do you
to
really
help
want to sit
restore
through this crap
GDI.
again?
Repairing.
You know, like
Objective
I've played
complete.
through this.
Battlefield expanded.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Because I can't even
Commander,
imagine that
it
somebody
seems
who
Nod
want
has
to
noticed
sit
us. They're sending
and actually
force to
play
destroy
these
our
games
base.
that they'd want to sit
Quickly
down and
build
have their
deploy
hands
a
held this
watchtower base
much.
defense from the support structure tab.
And I think that's the, you know, we'd sit here and talk about things like Dark
All right,
Souls not
Commander.
holding your
You need to push
hand.
forward and destroy
It's
the
like this is the kind of
outpost
crap that
guarding
people
bridge.
really
I'm sending
wanted out of video
reinforcements
games,
now.
where they wouldn't just sit here and do like what this mission does, where
Incoming
let me tell you
transmission.
exactly what to do,
Nod
let me
presence
pull
appears to
that
be
away,
Eliminate these
and see, it
dangerous
doesn't allow you to just
structures.
do what you want to do as you start out. It's just like, just do this and the certain tasks.
New unit types available for training at the barracks.
Don't let up. Listen up, missile squad.
See, it reminds me of back in the day
On account of the Nod presence, additional squads of missile
when we
soldiers have
had
been requisitioned.
Free
Missiles are
Space
much
2.
more effective against
That's what it
structures
was. It
than
was Free
standard
Space
GDI
2.
rifles.
And what Free Space 2 always had was when you had missions, like you could go through Class A qualifications
Further investigation
or
of the
just
area.
different fighter classifications. So you go through and say, hey,
Intelligence
I could
data
become,
Reporting in. Light 'em up.
oh, if you wanted to take and say
Battlefield
you wanted to fly a Hammerhead,
New bonus objective.
you'd have to take a course on, oh, we're going to go through the Hammerhead training course. And they would always say, failure, you'd go into the course, right? You'd sit down and be like, okay, this is how you're going to do it. This is how you fly. This is how you do the throttle. This is how this. And so they would go step by step by step by step. And they always said, failure to do as instructed would cause immediate termination.
Getting in range. Squad
So that's always what I feel like when I see any of this crap.
Track your targets. Hostiles in the area.
Yeah, rifle squad ready for
Establishing
combat.
visual upgrade.
Let's see. I
Those
can
Nod
probably
vehicles
kill
present a
those.
problem, Commander.
Can I?
Build an airfield and then some orphans.
Oh, fuck, I
They're
want
great
to.
against ground vehicles and good against structures.
Let me just destroy
However,
that real
orphans
quick.
have limited ammunition and will return to their airfields when they run out.
Yeah, it's because they suck. Oh shit, yep, I don't want to fuck with that. Yep, don't.
Launchers ready.
Yep, that's the worst case. So you see the little rankings on the side of it. That's the one thing they don't highlight a lot with these games,
Squad ready.
is the fact that they did eventually add ranks to stuff. Because back in the day, it was just dump unit on issue, and you'd never have to worry about it. Never.
Track your targets. Keep the fire on them, boys.
Orca reinforcements are set
Yes,
to arrive soon.
yes.
You will need to build an airfield
Settle
in order
down.
to maintain any aircraft. Objective complete.
Yes, sir.
Unit under attack.
And I do like the fact that they add like transport, call for
Incoming
transport.
transmission.
Don't really use it too
Commander,
much.
it is imperative that you
Yes.
destroy the worker.
So basically, Nod's got a base, firebomb the
Each
base.
landing pad can
There
only
you go.
sustain one air unit.
Really?
Each airfield has 4 landing pads. Once an air unit has expended its ammo supply, it
I
must return
like
to
I
its
said,
landing
I
pad.
give this thing a
Otherwise,
hard time.
it will
I just
crash.
wonder what everybody was thinking
Training.
when they sit here and write these things. It's like, do you just sit down and assume everybody's an idiot? Like just automatically, everyone's an idiot. They don't know how to play the game. you know. And it took Dark Souls. It took a game that dedicated itself to hardcore people to get us away from this mindset of baby needs to be handheld from the cradle to the grave. So I tell you, it's like this kind of crap. And it is the first, granted, it's the first mission. It's not the first training mission. Like, there's not a tutorial. Like, just set up a tutorial. No, we don't have that. No, no, no. No tutorial for me. Did I get that? Did I get that for? Let's see. Let's see. Optional objectives. Ah, yes. I think I... Oh, sell the structure. Okay. Build a second infantry queue. What the hell? There, sold it.
Bonus objective complete.
It was a foolish move of mine to do.
Building offline. Training.
Squad ready.
Alright, let's see. What have we got?
Listen up, missile squad. Missile squad, move out.
You don't have to do all of this. Mainly, you can just bomb their base. Where the hell's... Oh, the other orcas are right there. I keep forgetting. You know, to fix a lot of the air abuse that you would see in games, if it wasn't StarCraft, where you could just have your main unit defeat it, or have your secondary unit defeat it, in these, it was normally... You would cause the unit to come right back to base. Like, they would do a strafe and then come back. They would not float. So that is interesting that they eventually did that.
Moving in on the target. Orca ready for liftoff.
Which is a good move. Alright, blow that up. Blow that up too, damn it.
Building.
Systems on.
Unit under
Ooh.
attack. Establishing
Your weapon
radio
ready.
uplink.
That Nod base is quite large, Commander. I'm granting you access to the ion cannon controls. Use the ion cannon to eliminate the base.
This just goes to show. It's like killing a... What was it?
Ion cannon controls
Alright, we'll
online.
just blow the hell out of it.
Over eastern seaboard. Fire when ready.
I just think that's hilarious. You go from non-operational at all to we're going to freaking bomb this little location on the United
Excellent work,
States.
Commander.
Oh, thank God.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, I could have actually sat down and did all the bonus objectives. I probably won't, because I honestly don't care that much about them. At least at this point.
Commander, Nod's clearly planning something, and judging by the size of that force you exposed, it's a major offensive. Now, I've already called for an emergency D9 briefing, but the timing couldn't be worse. All the directors are up in the Philadelphia at that damn energy summit, and
I'm
God
sorry to
knows...
interrupt, General. I've just been informed. There's been an attack on Goddard Space Center in Maryland. We should be receiving visual data any second.
Good Lord. Do you realize what they've done? Nod's just taken out the entire northeastern ASAT defense system, all our anti-missile capability.
The Philadelphia.
Heaven help us.
This was a CNC. Oh, they don't show it yet? Okay. Well, the Philadelphia was an objective in the second game, and it was a very big deal back then. I mean, it was just the fact that GDI had air, Nod had ground. That's the split between them. He always had the Hawk and the Scorpion, and the Scorpion would always dig underneath the sand, and the Hawk would always fly high and then come down. So, in the second game, in Tib 2, when we were fighting the Tiberium Wars, I think it was the second Tiberium War, we ended up having Kane attempting to destroy the Philadelphia and succeeding it at the very end if you went out there and actually fought and gained a victory there. Or, you played Nod and led them to victory. So it's going to be interesting on how this ends up. Yes, let's see how many... Oh, I got a medal. And see, this is something I also wish they did more of. Just games did, where you got like a little reward. I got one. Yeah, okay, I didn't even get that. Yeah, you had to build the second infantry queue and that. Okay, so you got one stripe. I love that. I really wish that it would go from like the 2 stripes and then this hawk would light up. That would have been cool. But sadly, it just doesn't. It looks like it could fill, but in-op specialist ribbon awarded. Act 2 or whoops, Act 1.
And in global news today, the annual GDI Energy Summit is still underway aboard the space station Philadelphia. Our own Cassandra Blair reports on the landmark goals set for this year's summit.
When top administrators return to work here tomorrow, they're hoping for a new fiscal agenda. According to Director Kinsberg, one of the key talking points for this year's summit is shifting resource allocation from defense to ecology, where the eradication of Tiberium is now viewed as a more pressing concern than the containment of...
Excuse the interruption, but we're getting breaking news on the Philadelphia. Apparently, just moments ago, there was an accident.
An accident.
That's obviously something has gone terribly wrong. We're going to do our best to confirm what we're all seeing, but this time, we have no idea what possibly could have caused a tragedy of this magnitude. We're going to go live now to Cassandra Blair back outside the Northeastern Admin Building. Cassandra.
William, I don't know if you can hear me, but it's incredible. There's so much smoke you can't see more than 10 meters, and there's debris falling all over the city.
Unbelievable.
The destruction of the Philadelphia was not an accident. It was a merciful bullet to the head of a malignant ideology. It was the death of fear and the birth of hope. Rejoice, children of Nod, the blood of your oppressors will flow, and 50 years of tyranny will finally end. Transformation is coming. A new day will dawn. The future is ours.
Unbelievable. Hold on. We're getting breaking news now from our Northwestern affiliate.
And they just came out of nowhere. No warning, nothing. Bombs started dropping. And from what we can tell, there is no sign of GDI retaliation at all. It's just a massacre.
Yeah, that's bad. That is very bad. Nice 9/11.
Commander, all hell's broken loose. Nod's launched preemptive strikes in every major blue zone across the board. Most of our troops are pinned down. Our ASAT defense system is still offline, and I have no goddamn idea who's running the show at GDI. This is no time to stand on protocol. The entire northeastern seaboard's been overrun, and we're taking the worst of it right here in D.C.
General, they're starting evac procedures.
You go ahead, Sandra.
Sir, you can't wait here.
That is an order, Sandra.
Sir.
Kiersey James and Theater Ops will bring you up to speed. It's all on you now, Commander. I need you to take back this city.
Yeah, that's something. Let me tell you.
All right, Commander, here's the latest. Nod forces are going in for the kill, closing in on the Pentagon. As you know, there is no more vital structure in the region. It is the center of our command and control network. If we lose the Pentagon, it could be the beginning of the end. You cannot let this happen.
See, I hate the fact that we don't actually get introduced to her right off the bat. That'd been nice. And then we've got the Pentagon. This was what's really funny is you can tell how things changed. In the first Red Alert, it was all about Europe. Second one brought it home to America. And you had a lot of this where they would fight in D.C. The Red Alert 2, if you were on the Soviet side, you rushed the Pentagon and fucking stomped that. In this, it's more of... I don't know if going through Nod you end up doing that or not. But either way, it is just crazy that they started putting this up. Or at least this scenario. Oh, no, you know what? In the Allies, you did take and defend the Pentagon as well. So, never mind. We'll see how this goes. It's the Pentagon. You gotta save them.
Transmission. Pentagon's defenses are without power. Restore power by capturing the power
Just out here.
plants of
Could
engineers.
you imagine a bunch of guys out there in hoodies and backpacks? Oh yeah, you know, we're gonna take it to the streets. We're gonna stop them. We got backpacks and hoodies. Yeah, when you got guys out here with armor and shit on, you sit here and look at these guys who just look like vagrants at a fucking shopping mall, and you're asking yourself, how did this all happen? I don't know, but I can guarantee you it didn't end well. You want to take and try and stop this from getting totally Tostitoed?
It's all ready.
I think you could.
Everything's
What
ready.
happens if I repair that?
I'm on my way.
Okay.
It's all ready.
And I think that fixes it. I think that fixed it. Okay, here's the activation. Good, good, good.
Incoming
Like I said, I don't know how the
Take
riflemen
control
lose.
of the Pentagon with an engineer to restore command and control systems.
Take command of the Pentagon. We're gonna. I do like the fact that we get to defend it. I really wish we got to build more in this mission thus far, but it does feel pretty good to have kind of a limited unit run, and that you're just using everything that's here.
Nice work, Commander.
pretty
The
cool.
radar is back online.
Who are you?
Just in the nick of time, too. I'm seeing massive troop movements coming from the
Yeah.
west. I'm sending you the coordinates. God damn it. Nod has destroyed the power plants. The defense systems are offline.
Gee Willikers.
You're gonna have to defend the Pentagon the hard way.
We defend the Pentagon the hard way.
Incoming transmission. Garrison each of the 4 guard towers with
God.
GDI rifle.
Reporting in.
Establishing the
Again, it's one of those situations where it's like, God, I hate
Infantry
this.
such as the riflemen and rocket squads can
Ugh.
hold down an area more effectively by garrisoning a nearby building.
Ho, ho,
Give
ho.
your troops a move order into an empty building to garrison the building.
Like I said, I wouldn't be too scared of a bunch of vagrants in, hoodies and. I just, I can't get over that, you know? They're just out here with these it's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna rush it, we're gonna stop them, and they get shot to death. It's like, come on, man. And everybody's like, this seems a little suspicious for them to attack the Pentagon. It's almost like Seth's plan in the original, where we had GDI, or if you were playing Nod, and you were too successful, you had Seth come out, and he'd be like, oh, you've got to attack the Pentagon with your strongest forces. You'll be able to overwhelm it and do all that shit. So this is the plan right here. So I think it's hilarious.
updated. Enemy units sighted.
It's hilarious that they eventually did that.
These APCs are transports. They can carry
Thank
units
fuck.
inside them. You can load and unload troops just like a garrison building by giving a move order into them to load the troops, or by clicking the drop-off button and then targeting the ground where you want to unload the troops. Also, like garrison buildings, most units can fire from inside the transport.
Well, thank God.
Keep your weapon ready.
And by the way, this is probably one of the most powerful vehicles in the game. Oh, yeah, okay, so we do get these boys. Great.
Stick to shooting the infantry. We'll clear out those garrisons.
Great.
Establishing video
Let's get rid of all these guys and let them
GDI Grenadiers
defend.
excel at clearing enemy garrison structures. Give your Grenadiers an attack order on an enemy structure to clear the bad guys out of the building.
Yeah, basically what you want to do is put these guys inside of these and watch them just own everything.
Incoming transmission. The Brotherhood of Nod has hastily erected a forward base at the
Yeah,
top
has
of the
hastily erected a forward base. We're gonna go firebomb their base. It's gonna be fun.
new bonus
Personnel
objective.
carrier.
It's gonna be loads of fun. Gone.
Under attack.
And that'll be gone. Gone. We'll throw a couple more grenades. A shit ton load of grenades.
Hang on.
I think it's hilarious. They just whip a whole shit ton load of them. Just whip them as hard and as fast as possible into these buildings.
Hang on. Right away.
Boom, 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 boom.
Hang on.
I think. Yeah, you can technically wipe those out as well.
Park it there.
I'll probably go over here, wipe these out.
Move in on them.
This was another big thing. In the second game, it was a huge deal that you'd garrison buildings. It was massively overpowered. You could hold against almost anything if you had the right amount of guys doing the job.
We have contact, sir.
Reinforcements ready.
Ready weapon.
And they could just melt just about anything.
APC standing by. APC, what's the plan? In transit.
They could melt just about
Hang
anything.
on. We're coming. Hang on.
I remember many multiplayer matches
We're coming.
dragged out because somebody got enough of their conscripts in every freaking building. And you'd try to move your tanks through and they would shoot the shit out of them, and it was just like, ugh.
Right there.
And unlike this, you didn't have building clearing abilities. You just had your artillery, and you'd use the artillery and just blow the buildings up. Because they were in there like gnats.
Operations underway.
You just couldn't take them out with grenades. You couldn't take them out with fire. You had to just blow the whole building up. Like bed bugs almost. You know? Just can't get rid of them. Can't use gas. Can't do any of that. Just have to burn it.
Park it there.
Burn the whole thing down. Little GDIs.
Stand by for assault. APC, ready for action.
Boom, dead.
Ready weapon.
Oh, this is not good.
Right there.
Yep, I figured there would be at least one or two losses.
Target confirmed.
And take out those assault bikes.
Take them out.
My assault bike is not effective
Park
enough.
it there. Hang on. Right there.
You know, it's actually funny that this has all become topical again, you know?
Fire. Move in on them. In transit. Hang on.
Who knew a bunch of vagabonds could do all this horrible shit?
Right there.
Ooh, he's got lasers. So you don't see laser technology until later on.
Take them out.
Something to think about.
Give it to
And I'm actually surprised we don't have any more dive bombs. That'd been cool. Okay, no. No, we can't have anything fun, sorry. No, not today. I just blew that up. That was easy. Another training mission, pretty much. This is how you garrison a building.
Good work, Commander. You secured the Pentagon. Unfortunately, the whole region is still in danger. We have multiple hotspots up and down the coast. If you retake Langley Air Force Base, you'll have air support for all the remaining battles. Or you can go after Hampton Roads. Nod's landing troops there. Retaking that base cuts off Nod's supply lines, reducing their ability to reinforce and gaining you access to APCs. With those two assets secure, you can focus on the rest of DC.
Gee Willikers, I really wish I knew who you were. It probably said it in the end briefing somewhere, but I have not cared to know. Oh, I love that. 128. My kill death ratio 128. Alright, it's normal. Got that. Oh, we got it all. It was easy. It was, as one would say, a simple tutorial.